Truly none of their business. Is this a really big slapdown from their employers for Harry and Meghan? But who are we talking about? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London today. Now today we're in Lower Grosvenor Gardens, which is in Westminster, Victoria area. And this wonderful statue that you're looking at the side of me is for a decorated World War I hero, Colonel Forsh. Now, these gardens were redesigned in July 1952 in celebration of what he did and so many others did for us during that particularly difficult time. Looks like we're all living through it again, doesn't it, right now when you think about it? But truly worthwhile, these beautiful huts and seashells and stuff like that. As I often say here on the show, London is just a gem of discoveries. And all of these things are free, you know, it's just nice to bring a flask. I know I'm a northerner, I'm cheap, but bring a flask, a few bickies, and sit here and just look at the history all around you. Doesn't have to cost a lot, as we told you in a video the other day. So many things do. But back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. This particular story all centres on the deal, the big mega deal that Harry and Meghan undertook when they decided to leave the safety of the British monarchy. If you recall, Prince Harry said, well, he kind of signed the deal with Netflix simply because his father had cut him off financially. That was another faux pas, wasn't it, really? Proven once again not to be true. Prince Charles, in fact, gave him quite a lot of money. But of course, Prince Harry needed to keep the money and the books rolling in. He's of independent means now. But of course, like a lot of things Harry and Meghan do, there's not really much thought. Now, if you're in Netflix's shoes, you'd be thrilled because they have brought so much free PR to the table. Now, whatever you think about Harry and Meghan making programs and unsubscribing, all that sort of stuff, they've given this streaming giant a colossal amount of free PR because we're talking about it, magazines, online, everybody mentions Netflix and the lack of product that Harry and Meghan have given them. But of course, it's their big mega thing that they really focus on, The Crown. And this week they put out a casting call for people to play Harry and William in their teenage years. Now, you would have thought, wouldn't you, given the fact that Prince Harry's forever bleating on about how badly he's treated by the media, you might have something to say about this. Given the fact that it's an open casting call, you would also suggest, is this a publicity stunt? Well, let me tell you, that is true. You know, you don't need to cast from an open casting call. There are plenty of actors who look like the teenage Harry and, of course, his brother William. But more importantly, I think what does, what it actually says is that, look, we're going to do what we want, get some publicity, how we want from you. Now, when I called up Netflix and said, how did they feel about this? Their curt response was kind of, well, rather shocking in some respects, but to be expected. The main casting director is the lady who's put it out there and is currently looking through many CVs. According to them, it's nothing to do with Harry and Meghan, or indeed William. It's a separate entity, it's a different production, one that we were working on before we signed Harry and Meghan to their deal. What's really strange though is if you're working for a company that clearly has that little respect, if you like, for your family history, and we know exactly how the Crown makes things up and, really plays with historical accounts, then you do have to wonder exactly how welcoming or indeed supportive they are going to be when Harry and Meghan finally get something together and put it out on the streaming platform. Of course, Netflix will embrace it and say wonderful things because they want you and I to subscribe and, more importantly, watch. But for Harry and Meghan, given the complete distaste that the company is showing them so far with this open casting call simply just to get some publicity for the next series of The Crown, which comes out late summer, then you have to ask yourself, now, who do you truly feel sorry for? Would you like to be in this person's clutches for all that money? Or like Harry and Meghan, would you simply dismiss it and count the lolly? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.